Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Real Estate Wrap-Up. I'm one of your hosts, Nick Gelfand.
I'm Leslie Lambert.
I'd like to introduce you guys to Gary Brunelle from Ace Fire Water Restoration.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, we're glad to have a guest today. So my first question for you, when I hear, fire, water restoration, I'm curious to know which does the most damage? Fire, smoke, water? What's the...
Well, they all do a lot of damage. Again, a fire's more than likely is going to put you out of your house. Water damage isn't going to put you out of your house for an extended period of time. It's something that we can usually clean up pretty quick. I find that the worst of all of those to clean up is what would be considered a puffback, when your furnace spits back into your rooms, and it's a very oily, greasy, sooty, and it gets everywhere. I think a puffback out of everything is probably the worst to clean up, especially if it's got a heavy oil smell to it.
Yeah, well,
tough to get rid of.
Yeah, I'm not even familiar.
No, never heard of that before.
No,
never heard of that.
Watch out for the puffback.
Yeah.
Now I find with people that I know and friends of mine, it tends for them, as far as water problems, it tends to be the hot water tank that goes. They're not home. The whole thing
Washing
empties.
machine floods.
Washing machine floods, or some sort of pipe leaks. Again, they're not home. Mm-hmm. What would you suggest should be basically the steps in the course of action that they should take, as far as taking the insurance company? Should they start if they have a shop vac, doing it on their own?
Well, again, people tend to, again, it's an emergency, you're panicky, you want to get started on it. But the first thing you should do is call your insurance company, and they'll probably tell you to call a company like ours. We come out there, we're a 1-hour emergency service a return. It goes to a first party call, and then we dispatch technicians to it. And we come out there, and we've got a truck-mounted vacuum system. We suck the water out of your basement, or whatever. We have drying equipment. We have the big dehumidifiers. Normally the only thing, and again, depending on what type of loss it is, what you're responsible for on a loss like that would be your deductible. And we handle the whole thing. We get paid directly by the insurance company, so we try and make it a no headache situation for you. Although it's inconvenient, being with a soaked basement and all your belongings and everything like that is always inconvenient, but we try and make it as easy as possible for you.
So you suggest stop at what you're doing, call your insurance company.
That's correct.
And I would assume they have a 24-hour, some sort of hotline, and then they would refer to somebody like yourself.
That's right.
And your company would come in, apparently within the hour, which
That's
is
great.
Yeah, we say 1 hour, but it's pretty fast. It's pretty fast. We're Johnny on the spot when it comes to emergency services. We understand that it's a bad situation, and we were trying to make it better for you. We're trying to help you.
Now, I understand you guys are sort of soup to nuts. You cover a lot more than just what we've already discussed. So what's the range of services that your company has?
Well, again, we cover the fire, the wind, the water, the mold, the sewage, the puffbacks, the hurricanes, the tornadoes, all of those types of damages. We come in, we write, negotiate, and settle an estimate, settle your loss with the insurance company. And then we're general contractors, so we actually come in. I've got a crew of 14 carpenters / painters and a myriad of subcontractors. We come in and we rebuild your home for you.
That's excellent.
We do quite a few projects. I have probably 31 major rebuilds going on right now.
And one of them, you were telling us before the show, is very interesting, using local timber.
Yeah, this has been real exciting for me too. It was a barn fire in Montague, and there was a family room attached to it, and it was all post and beam, 1840s, burnt to the ground. We dug out the old stone foundation, put a new foundation in, and they had 7 acres of land. We were able to cut down and mill 90% of the materials that were used on this job, the siding, all of the framework. It's a 3-story 1840s barn. We've all seen them on the side of the road. They're beautiful. And we replicated it, and we put the family room back together. We rebuilt the chimneys, and it's just been real exciting. We cut all the material down on site. The mill came in. cut everything down, milled it, soyered it, and erected it, and put the thing up. And it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. If you go to our website, you can see pictures.
And what is your website?
It's acefireandwater.com.
Great. acefireandwater.com, guys. So if you want to go take a look at that project, and I assume other successful projects that they've done there, that's an exciting one.
Yeah, that one had me on the edge of my seat.
Well, I know I personally have had one of my properties was damaged with fire, and then separately a flood, but at the same time. It's a long story. But I know companies like yours are so valuable because it is so stressful, and if you have never gone through it before, you have no clue where to turn. So, what you're saying is basically you guys kind of swoop in and you handle the whole thing for the homeowner, which is just such a relief.
It's very stressful. We understand that, and it's unfortunate, and I don't want to make not light of this, but if you had a fire today, it would be the same situation if you had a fire tomorrow. And so we've been through this 50 or 60 times a year. Yeah. And again, we try and hold your hand. We try and help you through it, and I think that's a big part of it, because people don't know, and because your brothers, sisters, someone in the past has had a bad experience doesn't mean that you have to have a bad experience today.
It's a lot like what Nick and I do, and people don't sell houses every day of the week the way that we handle real estate transactions every day of the week. Mm-hmm. So your expertise comes in and helps to smooth out the rough edges for people, which is a great thing.
And we're not out there advertising to put windows in your house or rebuild, do additions on your house. We specialize in restoration for insurance purposes, mm-hmm. and that's what we hone in on. That's 100% of our work.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, we all hope that you never need his services, but should something crop up, make sure that you check out the website. I'm Leslie Lambert.
I'm Nick Gelfand.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right.
All right.
Have a great one.